Welcome to the West Wing Week, your guide to everything that's happening at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This week, the president delivered some good news about our economy, met with a foreign leader, and designated a new marine monument that's September 9th to September 15th.
Hey, everybody.
This is Barack Obama.
This is Barack Obama.
On Friday, the president arrived back in the United States from Laos after his 9-day trip across the Pacific. On Sunday, the president marked the 15th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks.
Scripture tells us, "Let not steadfast love and faithfulness forsake you. Write them on the tablet of your heart." And yet you, the survivors and families of 9/11, your steadfast love and faithfulness has been an inspiration to me and to our entire country. But in the end, the most enduring memorial to those we lost is ensuring the America that we continue to be.
On Monday, the president met with congressional leadership from both sides of the aisle to discuss the legislative priorities that remain for September. On Tuesday, the president announced some good news about our economy, flanked by his chief economist, Jason Furman.
Incomes went up 5.2%. This is actually the largest jump year over year in incomes since 1968. Over the last year and over the last 7.5 years, what we've seen is the economy getting better for ordinary folks. And that's been my goal throughout my presidency.
On Wednesday, the president met with Burmese state councilor Aung San Suu Kyi. Burma, nurtured by steadily increased engagement with the United States, has made dramatic strides since President Obama was elected. In 2008, Aung San Suu Kyi was a dissident imprisoned in her own home by a military government. Today, she is the elected leader of Burma and represented her citizens in the Oval Office in a meeting with the American president. On Thursday, the president headed down the street to the State Department to talk climate change and conservation and to make a big announcement.
So today we're building on this approach by establishing the first marine national monument in the Atlantic. We're protecting fragile ecosystems off the coast of New England, including pristine undersea canyons and seamounts.
In the evening, the president spoke at the 39th Annual Congressional Hispanic Caucus Conference here in Washington, D.C.
I am back here tonight more optimistic about the future of America than I have ever been. We need an approach that upholds our tradition as a nation of immigrants and a nation of laws. And it is possible to do that while still seeing students and their hardworking parents not as criminals, not as rapists, but as families who came here for the same reasons that all immigrants came here, to work and to learn and to build a better life. But we will keep on making progress and create a brighter future for everybody in this country we love. Si se puede. Thank you.
As always, thanks so much for checking out this edition of your West Wing Week.
Just this week, we discovered how much our efforts are starting to pay off in ways that really matter to American families. Thanks, Obama.